boat does not notice her steering.
Probably doesn't care.
That Azon. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Azon?
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershot. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez.
The game needs to stop reading my mind.
Are slightly out of date.
Read side effects.
Oh boy, where to start? Elevated risk of dementia, mini strokes, prophet's disease, sudden death, hair death, erectile malfunction, critical flatulence, watery blood, black mucus, uncontrollable weeping, increased sensitivity to la opera, inoperable joint disorder, total spinal collapse.
I love how sudden death is only the fourth thing that could happen.
Maybe this was a bad idea.
Yeah. Let's take him.
If you're asking us to break down someone's door, it's not going to happen.
Come now. I just need you to go open a little door for me and leave it unlocked. A simple thing. Absolutely nothing shady about it.
Are you serious? That's the most shady thing I've heard this entire game. And this game has been nothing but shady. Let's get this recording. That's recording confirmed. There we go. Back to Disco Elysium. It's been a bit. I think it's been a solid month. So this will be interesting. Most checks have secret difficulty modifiers. Talking to the right person can reopen a closed white check. I kinda remember that. Oh yeah, I have no clue what I look like. Because I refuse to look in the mirror. I talked to you. I don't remember why. I have a journal, right? Find smokes and smoke them. Yeah, that's right. I wanted to smoke them, apparently. What? I don't know. These are found white checks. Those on white are available to try now. Oh. So that's gray, and that's white, that's gray, and that's white. But the difficulty is very high on a couple of those. I think her name was Joyce, correct? There's something which she wants to tell you. You just have to present her with your badge. Or perhaps if you did the favor she asked. Okay. Track down my badge. How do I find my badge? Maybe you'll stumble across it down the line. Miracles happen. Potentially. You need to pay for the damages you did to the room. We'll see how that goes. Keep searching for the caller. Unfortunately, you have no real leads. Good luck. Okay. Inspect the body. Get ammonia from the gardener in the Fritz store. I kind of remember that. Sing karaoke. That was a side quest or something. Okay. So, what was the side favor again? It's not telling me. What exactly did you want done again? I think I can double click to run. Yeah.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Let's... You seem rich, can I have some money? What's your response to that?
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it?
Inland Empire. Why would I not want to say that?
Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes, bub.
What about her? Nice fabrics or lustrous hair? Does it matter?
Why, yes. Tucked away under that sturdy green raincoat, almost rustic in its simplicity, a silk shirt and matching scarf around her gentle throat.
Okay.
While dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry. Wealth and all its possibilities.
Where are you going with this?
These are the kind eyes of the rich man that seem to say everything is possible.
even the game's like, yeah, get to your point. What are you trying to tell me?
Now look at you. You misery-clad simmer. Barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes. A scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead, and your underwear feels uncomfortable.
Well, when you didn't have to say all that, I mean...
You're poor. Poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too...
Ashamed? Not ashamed. What is this feeling? Never felt it. I'm a working person. I'm not ashamed to shake this leech for some dough. As I should be for even considering this is... Okay, yes, I should make my own money. I don't really know. What is this feeling?
Shame? You haven't really been in the presence of gentlefolk either, have you? What shame is there to be felt in front of these dock workers, cops, and hotel clerks, but to belittle yourself in these eyes of Odinin?
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
It's just the entire time we're having an interlog conversation kind of thing, and she's just like, is he gonna say anything? I guess I'd say something, because he's just standing there. Volition. Say it. Can I have some money? +1 hurt of billions. Alright, so I only have a +1 and I need an 11. So, yeah, quite difficult. I guess I'll save that for later. So, what's going on? Oh yeah, drug trafficking. That kind of rings a bell.
It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samaran Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Ingredients
Okay.
for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff.
Okay. Well, let me get this straight. Materials come from Samara to Revencall through the terminal? I guess that's what's
Yes.
going on?
After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Okay.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut. Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dockworkers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
Okay. Explain.
The lorries. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they are vulnerable.
Makes sense.
Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment.
And they're just going to tell me.
I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
So, how am I going to get them to talk? I'm just going to walk up to them and say, hey, looking for drugs? And they're going to be like, oh, you got me. Seriously, what am I supposed to do? Why didn't you come to the RCM earlier? That's a good question.
We did. On more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
Yeah, I can see that being a thing. That's reality.
We know the company has launched its own probe into the Union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not just the RCM. No one's been able to find any hard evidence.
That's also an issue.
Well, here's your chance, officers.
Oh, we can perform miracles. Okay. Our stumbling hair sticking to our forehead, just all around ugly character, as the game has told me. Alright, so it's no coincidence the lorries are just stranded around, huh?
No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However, this is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the trade committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge, and the operation will continue. Thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. Not the east across the river, but the west. The vulnerable, the weary.
Well, at least this solves one mystery.
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open a drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in, on my motor carriage.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. I'm sure you understand.
So you have no proof at all.
How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight.
I mean, there are dues for that.
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund it.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves.
So the strike is funded with drug money.
Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you.
Again, that doesn't make any sense to me, because it's just going to be like, hey, I have no evidence, but tell me who's just giving you drugs, like, to some random person. Just, I mean, come on. Really? Why would they do that? I guess I'll find out if I find somebody. Okay, I've made up my mind on this.
Yes?
I guess I have no choice. I guess I could say no, but I'll take it up.
Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something.
There's a roundabout. Okay.
It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I can keep the drawbridge up for a few more days at least. You should have the time you need.
Now, I don't know if the game is actually going to care how long I take, but there does seem to be some kind of time system with, like, you're thinking on, I don't know, just, I don't even know what to call them. It's just thoughts in the game that they give you time to think on them. So I don't know, the game might actually it actually does have, like, a tracker down here, so I might actually be limited on time here.
In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
Can I have money? I'm not gonna bother. That's such a low chance, so.
Of course, Detective. Take care.
Can I have money? Please? So, oh, wrong button. Okay, so do I make this a main somehow? Interrogate the driver. Is that enough? Do I just have to click it and then the map will show me? Volition. What was volition again? There's so many, like, different attributes everywhere. Hold yourself together, keep your morale up. Apparently we don't have much in the way of morale. Okay, so how do I bring up a map? Map information complete. Acquire a copy of the city map. Oh. I don't have one. Got it. Okay. Looks like there's more construction here. There was more construction here once decades ago. Okay. Inside the frame of a motorcycle and repairing the tools used to disassemble it. Okay.
Look at me when I'm talking to you.
There's a girl up there. Did she spill the paint? What?
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance.
What?
Wait and see.
What are you talking about?
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
Let me see. No, not necessary. No, not necessary. And no, not necessary. So... start with your butch, how to go from there. Hep, yeah. Listen. Oh, they really do. They really have thought of pretty much every question under the sun with this game. Your name is actually fine, because a name will do.
And here I was trying to be polite. Just can't win with you pigs.
Okay. What are you looking at?
She turns her head to face the coast and nods disdainfully toward Joyce, performing maintenance on her boat.
Oh, let me just check this, make sure. Oh. My wife sending me TikTok videos to look at later. That's how she saves them for me. So, I guess I'll be watching some funny TikTok videos later. Anyway, back to this. So, yeah, you don't like Joyce?
Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features.
Alright, so I rolled a 10 on that.
The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
Probably doesn't care.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Azon?
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershot. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez.
The game needs to stop reading my mind. That's what it needs to do, because that's starting to scare me a little bit. I barely made that check, though. So, yeah, apparently the Azon is just an area for wealthy people.
On a first name basis with her, are we? Piggy's moving up in the world.
Why all the negativity?
Have you got a crush on her? Aching for an opportunity to defend her honor.
What are you doing to the wall?
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit.
You're spilling paint.
I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
So, you... I have an opinion on this. Want to hear it?
Yeah?
This is hooliganism? Is that a word? I love public art. I'm gonna have to stop you. This is hooliganism. You know what? I'll go with that one. We're gonna have to stop you.
Let's be realistic. What are you going to do? Climb up there?
I mean, I recently played Getting Over It. Does that count? I have experience.
You heard your partner, Piggy. I'm unstoppable.
I condone the idea of using physical force on her. She's a girl.
I don't... Why did it say I condone? It says I don't condone. Maybe that was just a glitch. Maybe it said it too fast, or maybe I misheard it, but it says I don't condone. So, I guess that stopped me from having the option to hit her? I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that. I'm not sure if there would have been different options if I failed or something. Do you know anything about the recent murder? That's actually important.
Snitch, Big Stein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
I ain't no snitch. So, You're gonna protect a murderer. Okay.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
That was well articulated.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
Okay, that's a response. So, I've exhausted all my options, I guess.
Watch your back, Ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
Okay. I guess that's it with that. Why can I click on the wall?
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
Why am I looking at it? Cindy's artistic impulses are infectious. It takes an 18. I get +4. That still leaves me, and even with the +2, so that's +6. I basically still need to roll 2 6s to win. Yeah, not even gonna bother. I forgot what these mean. Health and charges. I healed my morale, which apparently I was missing a bar. Cool. Oh, I'm on the other side of the fence. I can actually talk to this kid now.
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in my sleep?
You're awake and standing.
Pigs come to take me out. Trying to snuff me out.
You're awake. What? And if I wanted to kill you, you'd be dead. I could just kill you. I don't understand what... This is a weird one. Are you sleeping right? I'm gonna actually say it because that was actually my response.
Don't get fucking clever with me, pig. You think you're so clever.
For basic logic? Oh, that ended the conversation.
Trying to sneak up on me again. Trying to sneak up on...
That's everything, huh? I can right click? Oh! Well, what's this? .05 real. I basically just picked up a nickel. Rich! There's somebody up here to talk to, actually.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Okay.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
Why are you whispering? You might already be in trouble.
There's no trouble. I'm just speaking in a lowered voice. I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
It's the god of cigarettes and youth. Ask him if he's got anything to spare. Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Oh, the murder. Yeah, good point. So, I guess holding him off for the cigarette could be a good way to casually get him to stop and not make him think he needs to run off.
Apologies, but this is my last one.
All
The
right.
god himself has denied you absolution.
Can't you just toss it down?
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, fine.
As you wish.
Well, actually, I do need to talk
Is
to
it
you.
really that important?
It does involve a murder.
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
I guess I'll get to the point then. Looks like you got a good view. See anything?
I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
No, funny you mentioned the body.
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
We did? Did you, Kim?
No, not you two. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
The plot thickens.
Last week? I don't know. Look.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
That's right, Kim. Get him.
I had a friend over.
Ooh, what kind of friend?
It was my Sunday friend.
Do you have one for every day of the week?
A Sunday friend. How intriguing.
Electrochemistry. Why would that one be used? Does your friend have a name?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. In the neighboring windows, you can see faint reflections of his silhouette, all from different angles.
So his reflection? So that's not other people. You're just literally seeing his reflection. Okay.
Someone hides behind a curtain. Those windows have eyes, and those eyes are watching, spying on you three.
That's more definitive, thank you. So, will it risk anything if I keep asking questions, or should I end it? I think I'll risk it and keep asking questions. The only other question is what's your name, though, so I guess I'll just ask that.
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
Double Martin, huh? Okay.
Martin Martinez, good local name. Let's go with that.
Oh, I failed. But, yeah, I was gonna say, probably not a real name, but I failed, so I'm not gonna be able to push on that, I think.
My name? My name?
Martin Martinez, good local name.
It doesn't
Let's go
reroll.
with
Okay.
that.
I don't think it rerolled, because it's still the same roll as before. So I don't get to know their real name, unfortunately.
No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
-1 for trying to bum us there. Really? I don't know if I'll have another chance later, so because it's like if he leaves, that's it. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to retry this. So I might as well.
Time to bring out your secret charm. Tears and begging. Show him your emotional side. Throw yourself before his very feet like a dog.
So if it wasn't for asking about a cigarette, I would have succeeded. Oh, that's frustrating. That's cool that the game kind of does that kind of stuff, but again, that's kind of like a little secret thing. You gotta be careful what you ask people because it could hurt you. It could help you. You don't know, unless you're doing a second plus playthrough or something. But interesting. I'm surprised that gave me a minus. Like, why would asking for a cigarette give me a minus? People are tied to cigarettes, I guess. I'll stop drinking. I'll take out the trash. Please don't leave me. What do you want from me? You want me to cry? Which one? They're both funny. So, I guess I'll go with number 2. Number 2 seems a little funnier.
Trash?
Don't worry, I'm just confused, but it's funnier.
Please don't go. I'll even stop smoking inside.
Did I say that, or am I thinking that?
Listen, I really have to go.
Ah, there it goes. Wasted. You would have gotten at least a few good drags out of it.
What happens if I fail that check? Does it just ignore this paragraph, or does something else actually pop up?
Good luck with the investigation.
Unfortunately, I think they're gone forever now. Does it close? Oh, there it is.
He's gone.
So that's the only option.
No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
So, waste of time and energy. So, okay. So we just give up?
He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. There has to be a way of getting inside the building. Once we've found a way in, we can ask around for his apartment.
Now, what's this?
Advanced race theory.
Yeah, what they are
Everything
called
is calm
thoughts.
in the eye of the race storm. Your mind is lucid and bright. The mind-bending phylogenetics appear more distant and, to be fair, a little ridiculous. The great race mystery has cleared up. All that's left to do is verbalize your thoughts. Go and talk to Measurehead about your newly found insights.
Learning cap for rhetoric raised to 5. +1 to conceptualization. The mystery is mostly aesthetic. Okay. So... So if I... Do I only get these bonuses if I have it equipped? I can forget it. Forget this thought for 1 point. The thought will end up being lost forever. Interesting. So you get bonuses, but they're kind of temporary. Huh. I only have the 2 thoughts. So I think this is no longer active. Because I solved it. So now this is active. Whereas this is active because it's still activating. I'm still thinking through it. Oh, I can't actually see what the solution is. Okay. Okay. Cool. So find a way inside. It's locked. I was wondering why the door wasn't an option. Yeah, not. For some reason, there's a circle up here. It's not really doing much, though. Okay. Just a closed door, but you look at it suspiciously. Orange bum hat. +1 reaction speed. -1 to rhetoric. Nosefed. Okay, another healing item. I do know I can wear clothing. Oh, I don't actually have a hat on. So, what's my current reaction speed? So, okay, so it's at 3, so I could put it up to 4. Where's rhetoric? It's at 3, and I would go down to 2. I think I'd rather have them both at 3 than to kind of lower one to raise the other. You hear the distant squall of seabirds. Okay. Better watch your mouth round me, boy. Yellow plastic bag. Frite? Equip this to collect tear from the... What is tear? Collect tear from the streets? What? What is that talking about? This plastic bag has Frit. Sick. Written on it in a dynamic, forceful manner that implies great prices. As you crack it open, a multi-gust of air flies in your face. Smells of yeast and beer, a perfect place for tear. Is tear something I just should know, but I don't? Oh, he actually just holds it. Great, okay. Pry bar. Okay. Is that all you say? Okay. Plastic tear. What is the point of tear? Contains 1 bottle. I'm just collecting bottles? Wait, what was that little circle just now? That was actually a couple bucks, okay. A splatter of bullet holes lines the wall. Great, let's get out of here. I don't need to be shot. Did I talk to you yet?
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
Are they arguing?
Honey, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
What
I'm
game?
trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions never.
I guess it's ball time.
That's the spirit. Don't even waste your breath asking about the game. They wouldn't know anyway. They're way past their prime.
So I have +5, +3 because of natural bonus to hand-eye coordination, and +2 because I did act without hesitation. I got a bonus for that for listening to my instinct. Okay. So I just need a 5 then? That should be pretty good. What happened?
This felt wrong. Wrong like touching your sister's breast. You threw your sister's breast.
What? I rolled a 4? Come on! Oh.
Mon Dieu! Good job, officer. That was an excellent throw.
Don't patronize me.
There are no 2 more harmful words an athlete can hear than good job. And this was downright embarrassing.
I can't believe I had a +5, just needed to roll a 5 or higher, and I blew it. Oh, RNG is not with me today. So hold on, why did it feel so wrong? That's a good question.
Your muscle memory knew what to do and went for it. But there were gaps. Yeah, gaps you tried to fill with thinking. We don't think in sports. We do.
I just have that picture of who was it? The person that did the just do it thing. I think it was Shia LaBeouf, right? That was good. I like that one.
It felt like you were going for a thrust or a lunge. There was definitely gonna be jumping. Maybe you scored a point, but this is a fiasco.
So asking why cost me a morale point. Okay. I thought something way more spectacular would happen.
What are you talking about? You just executed a pretty much perfect pétanque throw.
Is he genuine? Because it sounds like I screwed up.
With a pinch of fear.
How are you ever going to get the officer's shit off your nose, Gaston? Or even climb out of his ass?
Oh, so that's what it is. Yeah, he's just afraid. Okay. It's a perfect throw. Well, I still feel defeated.
Probably because those rooster pants are squeezing you senseless. Whatever happened to practical, durable, Revachol made? Now, what can I do for you?
Look who's talking. That cockatoo uniform must give him a real advantage when fighting in the circus.
Yes, officer. What do we need from this gentleman?
I guess. Do you know anything about the Hanged Man?
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely.
Unfortunate.
In Martinez, the union is the law. So can you really blame them?
No problem with the cops, though?
Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
But you don't know anything.
If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply don't. I'm an old man, not a coward. The daily business of the riffraff no longer concerns me.
I guess talk to him about a statue I saw.
Ah, yes. King Philip III on his steed. A reminder of what Revachol once was.
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold.
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone who knows how to rule.
Well, how should a true king rule?
Decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood.
Shouldn't a leader take care of the people before themselves, though?
A nation is only as strong as its leader. That's why it was such madness to try to...
Don't get started on that again. What happened, happened.
The Carabiner doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates unbreakable resolve.
Right.
I guess might as well ask about playing in a crater.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game.
Does it have anything to do with the bullet holes that are all around us?
Yes. It was left by heavy artillery fire.
Oh, is that where the crater's from?
Why what? Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home.
Who are the communards?
Commies, communists, socialists, anarchists, call them what you like. They just chose the name to feel special. Senseless sentimentality.
Well, who used the artillery?
Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked. Should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't though, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough.
Interesting fighting tactics. Why shell them here in Martinez?
Because this place is a damn beachhead. Had to soften the commies up first. Yes.
Beachhead?
The military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol.
So it's just a strategic point. Okay.
Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta.
Deathblow sounds grim.
This here is Blood Ground, where coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing pétanque on their mangled corpses.
Blood ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
So, the coalition?
Don't get me wrong, officer. I hate those foreign dogs, but the enemy of my enemy and all that. They're the lesser evil.
Is that why everything's bombed?
Damn right, son. They lit the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. And it worked, too.
He approves of this radical approach, knows it was necessary.
The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place.
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course, they still all influence.
So how did it end then, if they never surrendered?
You don't even begin to truly understand the players at the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think?
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
Rhetoric. Okay. Alright, I guess what are our options? That's how it should be. Soft socialists paving the way for hard working class to take over. Foreign powers cleaned up our mess and now they rule us. This coalition seems quite capable, actually. Commies just don't understand how money works. Nothing I don't think I just do. The coalition kind of got it done, right? So... I guess that one?
They're not. And I'm sorry it had to be them. After 8 years of fighting those hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking piss in the mountains, I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned through Revachol, or even if that damn clan Frisel had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case. Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio. This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with.
The grand scheme was to get neon signs, toothpaste ads, and stupid music on the radio. All of that for those 3 things. Sure? How do I... Okay. How does Philippe, the third factor,
It doesn't.
into this?
That was 100 years ago. It got nothing to do with anything.
Alright, so yeah, let's just wrap this up.
The suzerain is the king. Has everyone forgotten already? They've forgotten already. It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the Fifth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
So, I have a 4, I need a 14. What is it about this old soldier that makes him stand so proud? I guess I might as well try.
As Rene turns from you to his partner and back, the medals on his chest rattle and glare. He keeps his spine straight and his ribcage lifted, displaying them proudly.
It figures that I would miss the earlier roll that I just needed a 5 on. But if I rolled I made this one, which was a legendary check, and I needed a 10 or higher. I guess. So, lots of medals, okay.
2. The larger one is
2.
shaped like a cross, while the smaller medal resembles the sun.
I guess take a closer look at them.
A crowned head in front of 2 crossed rifles. The medal hangs from a blue striped triangle. It's the Croix de Bravoure, Cross of Valor. The cross was the highest battlefield decoration in suzerain's armed forces, awarded for exceptional bravery in the line of duty in service of King Frizzle the First.
Okay, so highly decorated soldier.
A small blue star inside an orange sun. It has the word Valiance written below. The setting sun was a decoration used to distinguish seasoned combat veterans in service of King Frizzle the First during the Revolution.
So crew did before in the setting sun. So since I know the names of both of them because I made the checks on both, although just barely, I guess that opens up this conversation.
For bravery.
Oh, you know what they are. And yes, they're medals, and they were for bravery. Not very detailed answer. That's what I was gonna say for killing babies, raping, or bravery. I don't think those two would constitute getting those kinds of medals. So, for bravery? Question mark?
For doing my duty in the heat of battle. For looking my mortality in the eye. When men like Gaston here hid in the bushes and shot themselves.
Oof. Kind of a shot fired there.
He saved some muddy princeling who foolishly strolled into the front line in his gown of velvet and gold.
You saved a princeling.
It was on the first months of the revolution here in Revachol. Unrest was spreading like wildfire. Marauders had taken most of the Couronne and were getting really ambitious. King Frizzle thought he could end it all in one decisive strike. Sent his cousin, Drisson, to put an end to the unrest. Alas, the young Drisson was all piss and no vinegar, wearing a tunic of purple velvet and cockatiel feathers to battle. Even his rifle was gold-plated, shone from 5 clicks away. Can you imagine the asininity?
Purple velvet tunic. That isn't exactly camo.
No, it's kind of the opposite, actually.
To keep the long and bloody story short, Drisson marched us against the partisans in Couronne. And when I say marched, I mean made us walk into captured enemy territory, single file, like toy soldiers, while he rode in front on his giant red stallion. The rebels were smart. They let us come real close before opening fire. Suffice to say, it was carnage.
But you survived. Must have been a bloodbath.
I got shot in the left shoulder and went down. Just a flesh wound. But just as I turned over, the prince fell into the mud next to me. He was missing his lower jaw.
Ooh.
Then his horse, driven mad by the noise and smell of gunpowder, stepped on my leg and shattered my knee.
Ugh.
It's painful to even think about.
Yeah. Wait, what would happen if I failed that? Would I throw up or something? Okay.
I grabbed my sidearm and shot the beast in the head. Then everything went black.
I thought you saved the princeling.
Capitaine Arnaud, le fléau des chevaux.
Okay.
When I came to, it was all over. It was just me and Jolas Tresson, gurgling in the blood-soaked mud right next to me.
They left him alive?
The dink had taken numerous flesh wounds and lost a lot of blood. But despite missing his jaw, he seemed hesitant to die. Tougher than he looked, that one.
That's no dink, that's a fighter. I'd give up. Can't imagine living without your jaw. The jaw, I mean, you could, get through it, I would imagine. I mean, I don't think it'd be worth dying over. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it suck, but this would never happen to Johnny Lawjaw. Oh, point to my jaw. I've been through worse. So, maybe the first one? No dink, that's a fighter?
So I grabbed the dink and started crawling.
He doesn't
Patrolling
agree.
Until the 59th Cavalry picked us up.
You crawled with him. Okay.
Through some miracle, we both survived.
That is a miracle.
And the jealous freak convinced Friesel to give me a medal for not leaving him to die in his own blood, piss and shit.
Okay.
He was the commanding officer and I was on duty, just doing my job. Shouldn't hand out medals for that. 13 months later, I received the Sun for distinguished service. It's not worth mentioning.
I mean, doing your job, I mean, there's, you know, easier said than done when you're in that kind of situation, I would imagine. You know, I can imagine a lot of people would just run. So, I mean, that is something.
You sense he's downplaying it. He did a lot more than his duty. More than anyone's duty. It's in his spine, in his billowing breasts, and untarnished self-worth.
Sounds like you're being modest.
The old carabinier stands quietly like a statue, his features motionless.
What Monseigneur Modesty is not telling you is that he crawled over 7 kilometers before the cavalrymen found him and Drison. 2 days later that was.
Wow. That is a long way to crawl.
And that even while crawling with a mangled half-dead prince on his back, he still managed to murder 3 rebels on his way.
And there was combat involved.
Is that pride in his voice? It's deep down, but maybe even unbeknownst to the man himself, it's there.
Call it out, I guess, or quite impressive. I'm not impressed. All those heroics, and where is he now? No, you gotta play to win. Look after you first. Okay, I'm not sure what difference it would have made. Doesn't seem like a good moment to express an opinion. Just lean closer. I don't want to risk it. I guess just say quite impressive, because that sounds quite impressive.
Maybe, but also bear in mind, officer. They don't end this out for anyone with a service record. Oh no, you have to get shot repeatedly. And you need to get your hands bloody too. Really, really bloody.
Do not speak of what you know nothing about, Poltroon. Duty is something you will never understand.
I can ask the same question again?
The old carabinier.
What? And that...
Is that pride in his voice?
Yeah, I can
It's
just
deep down,
choose a
but
different one.
Maybe even unbeknownst to the man himself, it's there.
I guess, yeah, say, hey, you're a little bit proud of that, huh?
Sorry, officer, but you're reading me all wrong. I'm a man of peace, and these kinds of bloody heroics are only impressive to men like René himself. Certainly not to me. How did you find the story to be, officer?
I guess what would happen if I didn't express an opinion?
Bon Dieu. You and Gaston must be related.
Maybe.
Blood runs yellow
Also
too.
bear in mind, officer.
I already said that.
No.
Do not speak of what you know nothing
Fine.
about. There were many such stories in those days. Many such men too. True Revacholians. Men with backbone.
Oh, yes, René, yes. Men were bigger, girls were prettier, and everyone wore the fascia. Lord, please bring those days back, if you can.
I'm not getting into this with you again. Officer, was there anything else?
You should try to come up with a heroic story of your own. Impress this old soldier.
We'll just make one up. I need a 14, so I need to roll an 11. 12. No, thank you. I'm just going to move on. I'm not going to try to make up a story just to impress somebody who lived through all that stuff. Okay. It was an earthquake. So that was a lot of conversation for, I mean, essentially nothing. I mean, maybe it'll come up later, I don't know. An ancient fountain. There's a tree in it. Interesting. Let me save. Yeah, that one. Lots of autosaves, but I'm not gonna heal my morale because I think it can be healed on its own sometimes. Tracks leading onto the roof. Tire tracks leading onto the roof. Huh. I think I have to somehow go north. I actually gotta go talk to that, like, measurehead person. Oh, I can actually go in. I thought I was just gonna check the door or something. What is this?
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty.
Interfacing. I need a 10, so I need a 7 or higher, so a little better than 50% chance. Dig up a truly cool figurine. I guess let's try.
Why? What's this?
Barely.
A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say foul?
Oh, that's the Headless Phone Rider.
Who?
The Headless Phone Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fawn tracksuit. As you see, he's missing his head. 50 cents. Bargain priced. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
I guess I might as well buy it.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
Okay. Inspect the knight.
Big men on big horses, clad in lamella armor and carrying flintlocks, the kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye.
Franco-Nigerian knights. I used to be very serious about these guys.
Alright, next.
They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets.
No, wait, this one looks like Renee.
This is what the loyalists looked like, yes, at first. Then they wised up and got camouflage.
Which ones? Ah, royalist soldiers from the time of the revolution. The uniforms are painted a bit too brightly, I suppose.
Alright, last one.
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tall sticks.
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers, revolutionary soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win.
Meant to give people hope, even we can do it. The contrast is meant to be disheartening. It's impossible to win against the cohorts at the capital. I wish it was more nuanced. As it stands, I cannot comment. So, I guess it depends on how you look at it. But to me, I guess it sounds like, like what chance do they have? So it's meant to be disheartening.
I don't like either set very much, to be honest. But there are many parents among my customers.
Figuring. Can't wear it. I thought I'd be able to hold it because they said it was supposed to be lucky, but I guess it doesn't actually affect anything.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well loved and well traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels. One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
Why would I buy it?
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of genres, even though I don't really like music.
How would this be useful in my police work?
If police work means playing tapes, sure, you can use it for that, or any other time you'd need to play a tape.
Okay, so I guess that answers that question. I guess tell me more about it.
Is the Harman Welsh W2, made in Vespa, designed in Seoul, plays all reel-to-reel formats. 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real.
So I could just play whatever music I want on demand. But I can't. It's too much, though. Alright, I guess talk to you directly this time.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
Really? Okay. Have you had any trouble lately?
I haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Typical back US consumerist objects. I guess if you want to use a bunch of fancy words. Honestly, I think some of your selections are more tasteful than others. The business plan is all over the place. You should specialize, zoom in, recapitalize. That sounds like a business person. I guess just, yeah, sure, quite the collection.
It keeps me entertained.
And his attention is drawn once more to the play of light and shadow on the walls behind you. You just stare at that all day, huh?
Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what?
Okay, well, 7 or higher? Let's try and find out.
Okay, he definitely is high. Whatever it is, you've probably done it, and many other things besides. But you can't cut through the jumble of sensations to get to the answer.
Let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Huh. No, thank you.
Another time, perhaps.
Can you help us with our investigation?
I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
About the hanging.
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business, bad for everyone.
Well, yeah, dead people don't buy things.
No one likes to see what you have to see every day.
I guess that's everything.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Do you have any, guns?
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
I pawned my own gun back when I still had a working memory. Well, then I wasn't a bender.
What? Sold? The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
Wait. I sold you my gun.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
Who is the buyer?
She didn't seem like a policeman.
A she?
Although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her.
So 2 suspects for that. The kid near the body that was on the fence, or the woman on top of the wall that was throwing paint on it. Because I think they both said the word pig. But I think the one hanging on the fence is more likely because... And I believe it was a she. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure she was really obsessive with using the word pig, so...
Truth be told, she was terrifying.
I don't think the kid was terrified, so this actually takes me back more to the person with the paint.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm issued by the Citizens Militia.
We don't have to go
and
over
now
this.
a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
That's only one explanation. She must be one of my rabbit fans. Maybe she's a vigilante? I don't like it either. What if she pretends to commit a crime and blame it on the militia? I like the first one. It's only one explanation. She could be a rabbit fan.
In that case, she'll be happy to get a visit from us, if we can find her.
I mean, I guess, yeah, she would be. Any idea where I can find them?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
Well, you're no help.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
How did that help me? This did nothing. Like, if I failed this check, there was no information lost. This is essentially saying I got nothing. Then why bother telling me anything? At least now I know how I lost it.
Of course.
Plus 5 experience. I guess that's everything. There was this.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
Let your gaze run over the streetlight.
The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently. This would make quite a statement in your living room.
What living room? I haven't found my house yet.
Yes, officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order.
His manner is casual, but his speech is careful, measured. He wants you to know that he has nothing to hide.
So does he have nothing to hide?
It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property. You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
700 real. A bargain, I dare say.
700?
A bargain? No, it's not. He's trying to sweet talk you into buying trash.
Are you out of your mind? Even taking into account the risk of obtaining it, this seems a bit steep. Sometimes sounds about right. You already mind? There's one just like that on every corner. I think the second one's actually most realistic here. Okay, yeah, the risk of getting it, sure, but 700?
There's also the matter of rewiring. But the most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago.
So, basically trying to tell me, listen, this took a lot of work. 700 or nothing. I have 3.35. So, yeah. No thank you. Alright, let's get out of here. So I'm surprised I actually learned something from that. Can't put more points in a skill. Drugs raise learning caps, but they're bad for your health. You can do drugs to get ahead. Until they kill you. You know, I mean, give and take. +1 electrochemistry. Well, I had nothing else there, and it's only positive, so... Okay. Actually, is that positive? Like, do I actually want this to be high? Go to party planet, love and be loved by drugs. Like, is that... I'm trying to think, like, when you think about it, does actually having more always lead to positive results? Like, is it possible having something too high, and, you know, no pun intended there, given the skill I'm talking about, but is having something too high, could that actually be a detriment sometimes? Because couldn't this sometimes make me, like, crave certain things? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sure you actually want these to be as high as possible. Some of these you might actually want to be on the lower end. I mean, granted, I'm sure it has its positives, but I actually could see that being bad sometimes. But I'll go with it for now. We'll see if I'm right. Water lockout order until Wednesday, 7:15. Oh, there's a person over here.
Good day to you, officers.
Good day.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them.
There's another person?
His posture is relaxed. Despite his powerful build and a knife in his hand, this man resorts to physical intimidation only infrequently, if at all.
Do you know what happened?
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Revachol.
Are you trying to tell me, based on what I saw earlier, that somebody took a car and used the building as a ramp to try and jump whatever we're looking at here?
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then.
What's further down?
Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it. Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
Can I have some of your salami?
Sure thing.
Oh, that was easy.
Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Sure. Alright, well, thank you. Goodbye.
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
Let's pull the lever.
You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then, nothing happens.
Push it harder.
Nothing happens. A cold gust of wind blowing in from the sea interrupts the silence of the situation.
Just keep pushing it.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
Okay.
A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the water lock to get across the canal. Some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
Now what day is today? Can I... Do I get to know what day is today? Oh, today's Monday. Okay. So, Wednesday. Close the water lock on Wednesday. To get to the coast, you need to use the panel to close the water lock. It's been blocked, which should be done by Wednesday. So, anytime after Wednesday. But I'm also on the clock for... I believe I'm on the clock for tracking down that driver, too. So... Okay. I could... Is that a shirt? Yeah, that's a shirt. What do I give up for that one? Okay. Let's get out of here. I have to wait till Wednesday. A helpline to the company that controls the drawbridge. Okay. Who are you?
You see a Samaran street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin. The name Sileng is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Happy shopping, officer! Everything's cool here. Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer.
From out on the bay, a cool wind gathers. It sweeps into the city, tugging at the textiles hanging around the stand. Some distance away, the sound of a tin can clattering across the street can be heard.
You're very cool. Bang, 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 bang!
What was the point of that one? Huh. Whether I'm cool doesn't matter. I have police questions for you.
You're right, officer. 100%. No playing around then. Strictly business. Maybe I can interest you in some premium menswear instead.
Persuade him to give you money. Alright, let's try.
No need to dress this one up. Just tell him what you want.
One off.
Oh, okay. But why, officer?
Because I want you to bribe me. I don't know. I just wanted to see if I could.
Ah, yes. Money is very important.
Are you trying to ask for a bribe? If so, you're not doing a very good job.
Sorry, detective.
Alright, so upgrade rhetoric if I want to try again. What are you selling?
Only the coolest goods in Revachol. I've got sneakers, speakers, extremely comfy pants too. Try them on right here. No shame, only freedom.
Is there a discount?
No need for discounts at ceilings, officer. Everything's already on sale. Anything you want, 50% off.
Where'd you get those pants?
I'm an entrepreneur, officer. I've got sources, buyers, suppliers, distributors, manufacturers, wholesalers, all extremely cool and above board. Anything for you. Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. All Revachol.
This man probably comes from Seaguy, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Samaran Isola.
You're from there, right?
Sea guy, apricot suzerainty. It's all the same to me. It's all cool. I'm interested in sales. Go ahead, let's make one. Super high quality, friendly prices.
I guess I'll take a look.
There are clothes inside. Cheap?
Don't be shy. These are premium.
How about some premium class service over here? Like paying with net worth. Go over and ask him if you can do that. You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places.
Economical, but also trendy. Look first hand, buy second hand. Keep the economy moving.
Yeah, me spending money at your makeshift stand is gonna make or break the economy. So, what? I can roll to see if I can actually find something worth it in the pile of rags. Okay.
Something cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker. Surf, it says, but also wind, summer, 100% waterproof, and sport. All in different typefaces. This jacket is the apex of human evolution, the moment at which man became weatherproof. Practical, and yet it may deaden your senses to the world around you, possibly because of the awful typeface.
May deaden your senses?
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only $4.50 for you, sir.
And I'll have 450. -1 to shivers. Huh. What was shivers again? Raise the hair on your neck. Tune into the city. Just kind of, I don't know, reaction? Instinct? There's a couple different ones that are kind of like instinct. And different types of instinct, I guess. Alright, fine, whatever.
You see two lowly, defeated speakers, thralls, slaves basically, perched atop them like conquerors surveying the land. A pair of found, durable wear sneakers, ultra series.
I can see you've a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
Speaking of luxury, you should go over and ask about paying for those sneakers with your net worth. A pair of found ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and simple. A futuristic silhouette with a sleek monochrome colorway, a jet black upper, and a silver-lined midsole.
This game details everything.
Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the latest found sneakers. Super rare, super fine, super cool. Only 50 real.
Only? That's madness. Fun ultra. Wear the future. You remember the slogan from some magazine.
+1 reaction, +1 hand-eye coordination, but -1 to encyclopedia.
These once respectable speakers have been conquered, reduced to a mere prop by the indomitable found ultras atop them.
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The sneakers are the stars here.
I already did that.
Then look at them again. These are the premium lifestyle sneakers, officer. The best on the market. No way, officer! These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk.
But I need speakers.
Well, if you want them... But see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of the speakers, where will the sneakers go? I can't leave premium lifestyle sneakers on the ground. If, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneakers too, I could maybe throw in the speakers for little extra. 50 cents?
Alright, well, that's all for that.
The speakers below are banged up and worthless. You should go over and ask him.
I can't talk to him anymore? Interesting. More bottles. Oh, I can talk to you.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Can I... do I even have... I do have something, actually. Oh, wait. Oh! Alright, so I have a skill point to use. Huh. What would I want to increase? You know, based on what I'm seeing, I think it's actually better if I save it. Because if I want to re-roll something, I can use that to get a free re-roll. Now, if I run into something that's not a re-roll, then I could be losing out on the opportunity to have something increase that could potentially succeed versus failing, but I would also have to guess which thing out of the 24 possibilities that would be. So there's a low possibility chance of me even picking the right thing for that situation to even be relevant. So, well, like I said, I think I'll hold on to it. I could get a reroll out of it. That's the name of the bottles I've been picking up. Low on health, just put points into endurance. That'll fix you right up. Melancholy pop song plays on the radio.
The
Okay.
tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Okay, so there's a place to recycle them and get a little bit of money for them.
Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
30 real, yes! Alright, well, I was right about that.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back.
What is what? It's a raincoat. If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
Just +1 endurance, so just positive, so that's good. But I don't even have that right now, so.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
Return to our magazine.
What's that magazine she's reading?
What are you reading?
You mean this? This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
Police de la Mode? Okay. What this is Fashion Police feature, point at the cover.
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish.
So, who is it?
Benita. She's a model. Usually it's a model. Or a singer-songwriter. Or a model.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
What is Frit?
I don't know. Frit?
Why is there 3
I
T's?
think they think that the extra T makes it funkier. It doesn't.
The
Okay.
story goes that normal Fritta with 2 T's, a men's workwear shop in Vredefort, was already taken. So when Fritta Retail Inc. grew into a multinational corporation, they had to add an extra letter to avoid trademark infringement.
Actually sounds realistic. I have other questions.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but
You're reading a magazine. Oh, how do you have ammonia? Thank you.
She looks up from her magazine, eyes filled with tired ennui.
Haven't heard of that word before, ennui.
yes, what we have is there, in the medicine cabinet. Go take a look yourself.
Do you know anything about the dead body?
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so...
You haven't seen it? It's been there for a week. Do you know
Not
who they
really.
were? Not really? Does that mean you knew him a little?
No. I didn't know him at all.
How long has it been
I
there?
don't know, really long.
Do you have any thoughts on the matter whatsoever?
I don't know.
That's it. Okay.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so where is... Oh, it must be there.
A small cabinet
Ooh,
on the wall is
smokes.
filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo. Their logo is the bloodless rose, pure white, untouched by harm.
Okay.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
What do they all do?
I don't know. Let's see. Nosafed is a nasal spray. Duramine is a really good painkiller. Magnesium is a dietary supplement. Hypnogamma is... I don't really know what Hypnogamma is. I guess it makes you feel less shit. It's recommended to use after lots of partying, studying, or exercising.
A little more specific.
No. Sorry. I'm not, like, a doctor or anything.
So, I need the ammonia.
Okay. Don't, like, overdo it or something.
Who is Saint Baptiste?
Saint Baptiste. You know, the pharmaceuticals company. Saint Baptiste Pharmaceuticals. The one that sells meds out of Saint Baptiste. That one. There.
She is right. Saint Baptiste, the company, derives its name from Saint Baptiste, the city. Itself so named because that's what it is. A rare case where that really is the full etymological history. As far as almost anyone knows, at least.
I don't know if I need any of the other stuff, and I don't have that much, so I'll come back if I need it. But I see you have smokes.
A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall, inviting you closer. There, in that dark green glass, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol, beer, alcohol, love, alcohol.
So this is what I mean. Because I succeeded with this particular skill, it's like, oh, drugs, I want those. It's like, wouldn't I have been better off if that failed, technically? You know what I'm saying? So, interesting that some of these skills might actually be more of a detriment the higher they are. I am in heaven, I need it all so bad. This is not a good place for a recovering addict. Correct.
Guess not, no.
Good thing you're an unrecovering alcoholic.
Unrecovering, nice.
I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. But I guess you already know that.
Please tell me more, or do you sell any under-the-counter vices? Interesting, where is that going to lead?
No, Frick only sells legal drugs, like the law says.
Fine.
The pale aged vodka is special, I guess. It's stored in pale for a couple of years, which makes it super expensive and super strong.
Pale age, stored for a couple of years. What is pale?
You know.
Don't worry your pretty little head about it. Let's concentrate on what's important here.
Okay, what will consuming this stuff do?
I mean, I already said it'd hurt you. I don't know what else they do. The pale aged vodka is sure.
Okay. So I got that. So I can go deal with the body or go talk to that one person. I think I will talk to that one person because they're right there. Alright, my thinking is over. What's your thought?
The unpromising race pupil returns.
Just knock him out after all that. So I need a 13, I get a +4. I need a 9 or higher, which, not impossible, but I think I know what the race enigma is.
And
It's nothing. Let me in. Paradoxically, you plan to supersede the Oros Austin deal with your... It's just a bunch of whatever. Something you shock people... Wait, what? There's more. Oh, there's a lot more. It's free association, exercise. Ooh. I really don't know which one I want to pick here. So... 2?
look, Bay. The minion of law is also a racist, but his racism is basic and rude. He thinks he has solved the great race enigma by describing a rude mechanism of scientific competition.
So unadvanced.
The basic race education he received in high school has led him to think his phylum are the sole authors of race theory. An esoteric study reaching back to the ancient mass society of Pericarnassus over 4,500 years.
Every time this guy talks, it's just, I don't know what.
Basic racist.
Anything.
I take pity on you. You clearly want to enter the harbor bad. Like a little boy who wants to go on the potty. I can press the button for you. It will open the door.
Thank you?
Very well. You may enter the door once. Our race conversation here has concluded.
Finally. Let's go.
Well... Can you move?
The unpromising. There is nothing funky about that. I cannot possibly.
At least you didn't ramble on for 10 minutes straight like last time. Am I supposed to go... Okay. No, don't talk to me. Okay. Did they open this door? It must open that door. Okay, fine. Okay. Bomb the Union logo and demand democracy. Radios made strange buzzing noises. Why would I take the book? I guess I'll find out. Interact. Okay.
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
It's unfortunate for the Union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders, hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara, and the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold.
Okay.
It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry.
Oof. Oh, let's go for it. Why not?
Look how blurry all the lines on these
Yeah.
papers are.
No.
How unwieldy your own willpower is to yourself. You're like an absurdist Samaran monk, focusing through not focusing. Hermeneutics was almost within your grasp, but now only vague letters float before your eyes. Less meaningful, but aesthetically more pleasing.
Could I actually focus through not focusing?
You're a police officer, not a spiritual healer. You can focus the normal way by turning your attention to something and not letting go.
Is that what you're doing with those folders over there?
Yes.
Right. This is probably not relevant to our case. After all, we're not investigating an accounting mystery.
Those are the best mysteries.
You're trying hard, but the data here is unbelievably dry. Something about containers.
I'm gonna put a point volition.
The drawer slides shut. The file cabinets, the drawer slide.
Where is it? Hold yourself together, keep your morale up. Damage? Oh, my morale was damaged.
The file cabinet
Was that reset it?
steady
No.
as ever, and the drawer slide.
I don't think it's worth it. +1 visual, -1 drama. Okay. Also, magnesium will up my morale. Okay. Postcard. It's just a cell? Okay. I wonder if that paperwork would reveal where the drugs are going, though. I wonder if that's what that was supposed to be if I succeeded. Oh well. That's not worth the point. What's this?
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. There is a white rectangle clearly visible on its back.
Look!
Yes, it was probably you. It does bear the RCM insignia, after all.
You think I should get it?
The service cloak issued to you by your station? Yes, I do.
Okay, let's get it.
As your fingers touch the tarpaulin, It almost feels like the cloaker wants to deliver a message of comfort through your fingertips.
+1 to a spirit the corpse and shivers. So it's just a straight up upgrade. Okay. Collecting Wrangler. Okay. Picking up bottles. All around you, great machines and quiescence. Okay. Whatever. It says Wild Pines. Great. Lots of bottles. Bottle, 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 bottle. Okay. What was that, like $1 worth or something?
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather.
This volition is driving me nuts. Alright, so this is where Renee works.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table.
Take it.
It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man, René, is dressed in a Royal Carabinier uniform. The girl is young and very pretty. She is smiling playfully at the camera.
Why did you take that picture of René?
I'm a cop, it's instinctual.
Fine. But let's move. I don't want to be seen snooping around here.
The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth.
As I said,
a thin grey pillow is attached to the seat, secured to the stiles by black ribbons. The drawers are empty, save for old timesheets and receipts. One small box, however, does hold some cheap painkillers. They are slightly out of date.
Read side effects.
Oh boy, where to start? Elevated risk of dementia, mini strokes, prophet's disease, sudden death, hair death, erectile malfunction, critical flatulence, watery blood, black mucus, uncontrollable weeping, increased sensitivity to la opera, inoperable joint disorder, total spinal collapse.
I love how sudden death is like only like the fourth thing that could happen.
Maybe this was a bad idea.
Yeah. Let's take them.
You take the painkillers. They are yours now. You stand and exit the booth.
I mean, it's worked out fine. Just you find random pills around, just take them. What could possibly go wrong? FYI, don't do that. Wait, whoa, what's that? Huh.
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marche and Arrête are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block. Allumer on, éteindre off.
Turn it on.
With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air. With a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled.
Its purpose?
Moving this container, of course. For this purpose it was built. For this purpose it has acted. And now it will rest.
I can't see how that was worth the records, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
Turn off?
The crane does not return to its original position. It does not move at all. No screech of metal when you push the button this time. Only silence as the crane remains in its state of dormancy.
Okay. Check it out, I guess.
Stands a cargo container. Just one of many in the yard.
I think there's something special about it.
You do? Because I don't.
Why not?
There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
It was hanging.
You just picked one out because you wanted to interact with a cargo container. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to talk to the Union, right?
No, we're here to interact with containers. Open.
You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
Knock?
No reply. No reply. No reply. No reply.
I just want to see if knocking multiple times might have led to a secret action. Guess not.
No reply.
Just making sure. Okay.
Yes?
You're back before the car. You attempt to your left.
The shipyard is oddly quiet. Okay. It smells like blood. It's not opening. But one of the tips earlier said, equip a pry bar if you need to, so I'm going to. Can you get out of my way? Thank you. It worked! +1 to half-light. I think that'll be more useful than electrochemistry, so... Because which one's half-light? Ah, I can threaten people. You know, that could be useful. That was actually quite a bit. Wow, okay. Wait. Who are you?
Container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, put the logos on.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along.
You don't say.
The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisunt on Muindi.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard.
I'm not gonna interrupt him. No. Hi.
Everard, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister? I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
What is it with people and
I
scabs?
mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat. Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
Hey, you're Ubi, right?
Oh, yes. Born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then. Too old to lose my accent then.
New World?
People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No, sir. Those are just nasty rumors.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
Yeah. So, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
Look at the mountains of containers rising behind him. Let's try?
The containers
Whew,
in
there
the
we go.
yard are green in Wild Pine's livery, and the mountains rising behind Leo is all red in Union colors. It's like some red infection was spreading outwards from the container yard's core.
Looks like there's some massive redecoration going on there. Leo, has anyone told you why you need to change the covers? That's a good question.
No, not really. Mr. Everett doesn't tell me all the big things. Says I go and tell them to everyone.
Yes, they are hiding it from the inside. All the red containers have the Debarders Union logo on them.
Oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all.
Where is everybody?
Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in. We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Everard is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so. Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business. Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off.
Wait. How long ago? Were they the killers?
I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details. Well, that's just how boys are, you know. I haven't been in a fight since I was in middle school.
Easy, Leo. Let's keep this on the hearties.
Too rowdy? What kind of fight they get into? Did they kill somebody?
Too late. Leo's mouth is still moving, and the words are spewing forth. Words, words, and look, even more words. This guy could go on till the end of days. Now he's talking about some drunk sawmill owner who... No, he already switched to a prized fishing rod he apparently owned at some point. You know what? Just cut in there with your questions.
Do you work here?
Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. But everyone calls me Leo. I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town. And Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes I am, yes I am.
I thought you said you hadn't worked in 2 months. Alright, so who's Miss Beaufort or Beaufort or whatever?
Oh, Lizzie. She is a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly. But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood, knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure. If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr. Lemaitre said so, and she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years she has.
So Everard trained a lawyer named Miss Buford. Interesting.
Why do I want to keep asking?
Oh, Lizzie. But she's a real... If me doctor...
So Everard trained a lawyer named Miss Buford. Interesting.
I think you're doing a great job, Leo.
Yes, this place really seems to run like clockwork. Keep it up, Leo.
Well, thanks a lot. Coming from you, it means a lot, really. Sometimes I feel some of the guys don't really get how much I bust my ass for them here. But you guys are alright.
Hey, what's in that container?
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
Told you.
I'm looking for the leader.
Oh, you want Mr. Everard then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood. Guys like Mr. Everard and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everard and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys. Oh, Mr. Everard is where he always is. In his office, of course. Bye-bye now.
So, that's the office? Alright, what do we got here? Someone's typing.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat.
Where did you... Wait. How do you know my name? I don't know my name.
I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up.
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
So, Kim is Kitsurugi. I'm Mr. Dubois. So at least I now know my last name should be Dubois. If this guy knows my name.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Ah, they did pick up on it. Why are you calling me Mr. Dubois?
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's nothing. Forget about it. Filter it out.
I don't sit. It's kind of my thing.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions. I, too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage with any man who won't face me at eye level. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave.
You're no Titan of Elysium, buddy. He's got you in a fork. Sit down or leave.
This volition is killing me. I guess I'll just go ahead and level it up.
Mr. Dubois, I hope tight. Please, Mr. Dubois. Very well, Miss. I too. Should you find your...
You're no Titan of Elysium, buddy. He's got you in a fork. Sit down or leave.
Did it just go up by 1? So is that a... That must mean you have to have a minimal or something.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
Wink back.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
I don't know.
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense.
Points to a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically huge.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
You bribing me right off the bat?
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Keep it, I'm good. You can take that comically large check and shove it. How do you know Gart?
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
So, 25 real. It's obviously a bribe. But, only 25? Like, there are things I can buy with that, but I can't even buy shoes from that one merchant for that. It's like, I'm good. If you're not even going to offer me a real amount here, I mean, come on.
Okay, okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts, then. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun.
Why did I... Oh, okay. How do you know about it?
I know everything, Harry. Right now, I know that you're worried. Don't be worried. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded.
Don't panic?
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Oh, I have to try this? Okay.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it.
Make me cry.
You want to cry? God, you're weak. Whatever you do, don't cry. He'll think you're disgusting.
Mr. Dubois, You don't look so good.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down. Chill.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
My name is Harry Dubois? There's no Harrys.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
Vaguely just your hand booger, yeah. I guess that one. I'm as good as it gets, Mr. Dubois.
Don't be dramatic. I can see your condition isn't terminal.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions. It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself.
Ooh, got that
Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
Told the union is involved in the local drug trade.
What? Harry, how could you say that to me? You know I appreciate a joke as much as any jolly fat guy, but I can't take slander. Are you actually investigating this?
No. Wink.
You've hurt me, Harry. Me, a friend. But you know what?
And gets over it in 2 seconds. Seems like it didn't really hurt him.
I trust you, like I trust all my friends. And I know you'll never talk to me about this again, because you don't want to wound me. So do what you want, and let's change the subject.
Thank you for your understanding. We will continue to do what we must.
You too, Lieutenant. You know, I like you, but you never were my favorite. I'm a Harry guy. I'm Team Harry.
None taken. Did we have anything else to do here, Harry?
So aren't you gonna ask me how I got in?
Honestly, I didn't want to bring it up, Harry. I heard you have become Measurehead's race pupil.
Oh, I need it again somehow.
Of course, Harry. Of course. You're not some kind of a fantastic racist now. And rest assured, no one's gonna hear about it. No one's gonna know what you did with race there, Harry. Your race bonanza is safe with me. Word of how racy it got will never leave Martinez.
You can see the map of Revachol in your head. Dozens of red arrows are pointing outwards from Martinez, moving all across the city.
Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
Call me Mr. Dubois.
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everett, I call you Harry. My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
Memory's fine, I'm just testing you.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
Words flow like a river of honey from his lips.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
I guess let's try that.
Everett's large hands are covering the folder, but the look on his face says, I know everything about you, Harry.
I guess I got nothing to hide? I'm just trying to find it.
Oh, Harry. Oh, wow. This is really something.
I'm sure it's not that bad. At worst, he has an old RCM folder, and I very much doubt even that.
So how about it, Harry? You need assistance, I presume?
Where did you get that?
Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for Union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry.
I don't need to know anything from this person.
Of course, Harry, of course. Let's not linger on personal details and amnesia. You wanted something from me.
For my lost gun.
Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
I'm not gonna say it was at the pawn shop. I don't want to give him any hints. Hold on, could he really be holding my gun hostage?
Who knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And working with him might be the only way to do it.
I guess bluff and say, I don't care, keep it.
I don't care about my gun. I love it, Harry. Wish I could be like that, but I can't. I have a responsibility to this community. I can't have a loaded gun out in the streets.
The officer is exaggerating. Of course we care about the missing firearm, and we are actively looking for it as well.
Excellent, Mr. Kitsuragi. That's excellent news. Looks like we have a friendly gun-finding competition on our hands.
Alright, about the hand.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to help, like I'm helping you with your lost gun. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me, but there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors.
Is that true? Are we door opening machines?
I'm not sure I understand. If you're asking us to break down someone's door, it's not going to happen.
Come now. I just need you to go open a little door for me and leave it unlocked. A simple thing. Absolutely nothing shady about it.
Are you serious? That's like the most shady thing I've heard this entire game. And this game has been nothing but shady.
Does this jiggling ooze think he's going to use you? He's got another thing coming. Play his game, son, with your eyes peeled. He's going to slip up, and when he does, you're going to come out on top.
Oh, why don't you just open it yourself?
Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help.
Alright, whose door?
So, oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
What weasel?
A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you.
Do you even know about the hanging?
Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez.
Alright, fine.
Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next level. You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. One last thing, Harry. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door.
Okay. So, I don't know if I want to say I met Joyce, because that could tip him off that Joyce is talking. I don't want that. What's about... No, the container, no, let's just leave.
Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Thanks.
Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white union man. Take care, Harry.
Alright. I leveled up again, nice. So I could level that up to 3. Oh, it's damaged. There we go. I'll save that. Like I said, it could be good for rerolls, so... Okay. I think that's a good place to stop. Got the card key. I still gotta find the driver and something else. I don't know. I'll figure it out next time. It's kind of a slow going. A lot of stuff to explore, but it's I'm actually gonna leave. I don't want to hear the typing the entire time here. But it's opening up a little by little. Like I said, not a game I typically play. Part of me is kind of like, eh. Other part of me is like, that is somewhat interesting. So I think the more I get in, I think the more I dig into it, I think the more I'll end up liking it. We'll see if that ends up being true or not. But either way, thanks for joining me. And container. Yeah, thanks for joining me. See you later. Have a good one. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Bye.